downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. First play, going to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Foul to the air on 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as they force the eye in. On the game's opening drive.
The Lions take over on 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Now this defense for the Commanders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Huntley's throw complete there to St. Brown. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Huntley. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Huntley to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
To throw, Huntley. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here's Swift. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is going to lose yardage here. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Huntley. Hard throw. Incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Howell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play to expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. Middle one is just taking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. And under the Lions' pressure, he's run down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Williams to return. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings us
To throw on 2nd down. Huntley, he's airing it out for Williams. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They go play action with Howell. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now throwing on first down here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing here, Howell. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Sly able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The Lions take over
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, set.
Looking to throw on second down. Huntley. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6 DBs on the field for Washington on third down. Looking to throw. Huntley. And he coughed it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the fumble recovery, Powell. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said?
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
Commanders take over 1st down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
One last shot before the break. Howell. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. To throw on second down. Huntley. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
To throw on third down, Huntley. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They'll try and throw for it here. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They run out of the gun with Swift. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Cut 19. Deputy Ranger.
Back to throw. Huntley. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And Howe will throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Finding space at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Powell. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley on the slant. This is Chark. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the gun on third down. Huntley. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. To throw on second down. Huntley eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
19 tight.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On fourth down, Huntley. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Washington.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Straight ahead, Gibson. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Howell, they'll set up the screen for Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10.
Commanders 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to flash together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, they got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Here's Huntley. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
On 2nd down, Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Huntley to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Huntley. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. To throw, Huntley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Alvin Ross St. Brown from 6 yards away. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Off play action. It's Howell.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now Howell.
Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down, Howell to throw. Complete, it's Dodson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
First down, Washington.
Howell throwing on 1st down here.
That is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
And he finds McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it.
He's got a man, complete. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
On the option to give to Swift here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Detroit, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.